right. Welcome to the Scriberries. Immediately. Welcome to the Scribabies podcast. I'm Leah Stardust.
I'm Tori of the Vast.
In today's episode, we're going to be covering everything that is coming to Magic the Gathering in 2024 and a couple things coming in 2025. But first, let's talk about our sponsor. Today's sponsor is TCG Player. TCG Player is your trusted source for trading card games in the USA. TCG Player sets the standard for all prices in the trading card game community, allowing you to look up what any card is selling for, so you can know exactly what your collection is worth. Marketplace data is used in stores and communities all around the world, so you never have to wonder if you're getting the right price when buying, selling, or trading cards. Don't forget to check out their mobile app to scan, shop, or sell. Be sure to check out TCG Player to shop the latest cards in Magic the Gathering. You can check out the hottest singles from Ravnica Remastered, or even take a peek at what's coming to Murders of Karlov Manor. But TCG Player has so much more than Magic the Gathering. You can pick up any other TCG you know and love, with card games like One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh!, and Lorcana 2. With a variety available on TCG Player, it's easily become our one-stop shop. If you'd like to check out their site and support our show, you can do so by using the link in our description to shop. Again, thank you to TCG Player for sponsoring today's episode. Again, you can check out their link in the description below. So we're going to be talking about everything that's coming out this year. At this point, we have seen Ravnica Remastered, and we're getting into Murders of Karlov Manor, so we'll talk about those. But before we do that, what was your favorite set of 2023, Tori?
My favorite set of 2023. Ooh, you know what? I'm probably going to go with Lord of the Rings. I had the most fun playing that set, opening that set. Drafting it was really cool. The cards that came out for all the different formats were amazing. The art's beautiful. I think that was the first set in a while that I was excited to like rip open the packages. Like there's some stuff I'll be like, yeah, I'll wait to open this a little bit later. Maybe I'll save this for draft night. But no, anything that came into my hands, Lord of the Rings, I ripped right open.
Yeah, I think I did the most with that set, like the most pre-release stuff, the most draft stuff, the most just like playing the pre-cons in general. I feel like that set was kind of a slam dunk for everybody. I know some people were talking about like how they weren't Lord of the Rings fans and they would be like upset if they had to play it in like the, you know, big events at MagicCon and stuff like that. But yeah. I think that it was a really good set. A lot of cards for different formats were in there, and it was just a really fun thing that felt true to Magic. Outside of that, I really liked Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I felt like that was a really good like individual Magic set that wasn't, you know, focused on like Universes Beyond, which we have a couple Universes Beyond sets this year.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's get into it. So Ravnica Remastered, how'd you like this set?
I loved this set, especially because I didn't play when the original Return to Ravnica was out. So all these cards were like kind of brand new to me. I thought the old border treatment on these and the foil looks really, really great. I love all the new shock lands that they reprinted with the old border treatments. They look beautiful. I opened up like a thespian stage it looks like super rainbowy and pretty. I really loved it. The anime cards were cool. I think this was a really fun set, especially if you're like a collector. Like this was a really cool collector set of like just really shiny, pretty cool cards. Of course you could still play them, but
yeah, I think that I like the anime art from this set a lot. I got a really cool Niv Mizzet that I was like the only card I really wanted from the set.
Got that one too.
Yeah, it was really cute. But I don't know, this wasn't like a set for me. I was happy that because I never was around for Ravnica as well, so it was nice to get to like see those cards in action. But it was not like one I've been hyped for. I think there's just too many good things I know are coming out, but I love that they are bringing back the remastered sets. It looks like they're maybe doing one every year, what it's kind of looking like. So that's kind of nice to have those cards come back out so people can not have to pay like a very high tier price for a card unless they want to get that specific art style or printing. So I think that's really nice for players. But our first big set of the year that is coming out is Murders of Karlov Manor, which we're very excited about. We have a episode coming out next week, where we'll be playing all the pre-cons. So if you want to see those in action, you can check those out. And we'll also be doing a full set review on the podcast. So we won't get too like crazy into it right now, but we can talk about some stuff that we are excited for about this set, especially because like this set seems to be very thematic. It's also set in Ravnica. So I feel like they're doing a good, how would you describe it?
Like a segue.
It's a segue, yeah, from like the aftermath and the whatever the Avengers Endgame version of it.
The war is over.
Yes. And so we went from that into Ravnica, and it's nice to have like a set in there. This is a murder mystery set. Teysa Karlov is murdered. A bunch of people are murdered. They just put out a new video about that. I watched that the other day. So yeah, this whole set is about cracking the case, solving them with different clues. We have some new mechanics like cloak and what was it?
Disguise, cloak.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very thematic with the whole detective vibe, which I think is pretty cool. I'm not really a big detective person, but I do like flavor, and there's a lot of flavor in this set.
Yeah, I think it's really nice because you can really build thematic decks with that. Yes. I love clue tokens. I use them for everything. We actually have a clue token that's on our Patreon.
We do.
Yes.
It's actually, if you sign up for our Patreon, I'll plug it right now. If you sign up for our Patreon, we have really cool benefits in there. One of them is being the token club. So every month you get a new token that's usually designed by me. In this case, we have a previous token that Lua had of her as Velma. So if you sign up for Patreon this month in that tier, you will get a Velma token.
Yeah,
a Velma clue token.
It's we're trying really hard to like kind of plan things as the years come out for like maybe set specific things on top of just the really cool ideas that Tori comes up with. So you can get yourself a little clue token on there. But yes, very clue focused, which I love. I'm a big like clue food treasure token girly, and I've been supplied with a lot of that the past year, so I'm very happy about it.
You're an ID channel girly.
Yes. We can't say too much about the pre-cons, but I know we both looked at them. They look really fun.
They are really fun. They have their own little thematics to them, as most pre-cons do. But these ones, I think, went a little out of the box because they really go into the new mechanics that come out, which is nice. They kind of did that with Ixalan too, where each pre-con really explored the new, like, explore mechanic.
Yeah.
All those decks went into that new mechanic. And these do the same thing. They have a really cool way to showcase what is going to be coming out in this set. And they make it fun. And all the cards work together. Some of the cards are really busted.
Yeah. There's really good reprints in them too.
Yeah.
Like some stuff, there's some new really good cards that I like. We opened some packs, so like I don't want to get too much into predictions because I don't want to spoil anything. But there is like some really strong cards in the pre-con that are new, and then also just like good cards that we're familiar with, and I feel really good about them. I think those are probably the strongest thing in the set. I will say though, we also get Ravnica Clue, which I don't know if you've played that yet.
I haven't.
I played it with Ian. It's fantastic.
That's the little clue.
Yeah,
box.
it's literally okay. So you get. I'm so excited. Sorry. It is really cool because you get the aspect of Clue, the board game. I love board games. I love classic board games. Clue is one I enjoy a lot. So it's basically like you're playing Clue, but instead of moving around the board, you're playing Jumpstart. You get 2 packs that you shuffle together, and then 2, or you could do up to I think like 4 or 6 people. Whenever you do combat damage, you do the part where you're like making a suggested guess. Yeah, so you can
I love that.
It's
like a game
cool.
within a game.
I didn't expect to love that part of the set as much, but I really liked it, and I'm like itching to play it again. And it's also really cool because it has the Jumpstart feel, so it's really good for new beginners who want to get into Magic but maybe just like to play board games on their game nights.
That's just like a really cool. I'm probably gonna try that when I get home because I have my little clue box to open, so I'll tell Steve about it. But that's very cool. I like that Magic is doing that kind of thing with Jumpstart and with this whole Clue thing now. It's nice to have a little game within a game sometimes because, you know, this is like a perfect example. You're home with one of your friends or your sister or your brother or your mom or whoever plays Magic with you, and you don't have 4 people to play Commander, or maybe the 2 of you don't really have any cool decks to play Modern with, so you can get these cool little bundles.
Yeah.
And you can play them, and you're still playing Magic, but in a different way.
It's really cool. And I think like there's also one of the mechanics is a little crazy. I don't know if I could say it, so I'm not going to say it, but I'll tell you about it later.
We won't go into it.
But you also get different Clue commanders too. So we saw some of the Clue art that they put for, you know, the weapons and for the lands as well. But there's different commanders. So like the ones you see on the box, pretty cool. You're going to see that in there. And if that's not allowed in there, we'll cut it. But I'm pretty sure we could talk about it because it's literally the showcase of all of them on the box.
We do whatever we want.
We do whatever we want. No, that's not true. Please don't fire me. So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about like theories and stuff on other sets. I don't want to get too much into it because now we're at the point where we've seen cards.
Right.
But I think this is a fun set. I think it's going to be really fun for pre-release. I think it's going to be like a cool thematic thing to do. We got a look at play boosters for the first time. So this is the first time we're seeing play boosters. I don't know what your thoughts are on them, but we could definitely talk about them next week or in 2 weeks when we have the Murders of Karlov Manor full set review. So
I'll keep my mouth shut.
We'll keep our mouth shut, but we have theories and words to say about it. Next set that's coming out this year is Fallout, which is a Universes Beyond set.
Yes.
I know you are not super familiar with Fallout.
No, I'm a fake gamer. I'm a fraud. I've never played Fallout. I don't really play a lot of games that involve you having to fight stuff or do stuff, so I never played it. I've watched some people play it, watched some streams. I know like the premise of what it's about. I think it's really cool. I saw some of the sneak peeks for Fallout, and I think it'll be cool. I think the commander decks look pretty sweet. There's a dog. I want that one. I like dogs. I don't want to say I'm not excited. I just don't really have an attachment to Fallout, so I'm like, this is going to be cool. But I'm sure I would be like, foaming at the mouth, crazy if I like played the games.
I think I'm more excited because I'm seeing how excited like Peachy is for the set.
Yeah.
And that has me excited. But I know there is a show coming out the month after the set releases, so I think that's probably why they timed it this way. Right. The good thing about this is for you, it is the 4 precons and the collector's boosters. So it's not a huge set like Lord of the Rings. You're not like forced to play a set if you're not familiar with it. But for those who are familiar and excited about it, it's going to come out on March 8th. We do get 4 precons, as mentioned. There is a dog meat one, which is probably going to be the best one.
One of your hair stuck to me. Sorry.
That's romantic.
I was just like, what is this? And it was just wrapped around my leg.
Just rainbow hair.
Yeah.
That's for you. But yeah, so we have 4 new precons. One of those is the dog. There's one that is a villain, like some lead Mardu villain. And then there's a Mothman one, which I'm excited about.
I love Mothman.
CDH players are already trying to make it into something crazy.
Leave it alone.
Yeah, just let him do the thing.
Let him do his thing.
But what I do like about these kinds of sets when they release is usually the precons all work really well together. So I think like with Warhammer and Lord of the Rings, they all go really nice. So if you are a fan of Fallout, it would be great to get friends into this and play the set together. So why is the set so cool? So there in the game I had mentioned to you, there's these little bobbleheads that are kind of like little rewards, they're little things you find in game. And so these bobbleheads are special rare items in there, and they're going to be the serialized cards of the set. So
I love that.
Yeah, it's like a cool way of playing with it that way.
It's like the game.
It's like the game.
I love when they do that.
If you're not super familiar with Fallout, this is a very like post-apocalyptic sci-fi techie game series, and so those are very reflected in those cards. They have something that is called a Pip-Boy, where they will look into the little screen, and it's all, I think you've seen that. I showed you a little thing of it, but they have cards that reflect how it would look on the Pip-Boys as well, so that's pretty cool. And I know we're getting some new Vault Boy cards, which is like the main guy you see with the blonde hair, the little Fallout Boy. Up. Get it? So we'll get a lot of cards with him. I know there was like a soul ring that was already shown. There's I think a waist.
I have no idea.
You don't know?
If I'm so bad, if it's something that I never played before, I'm just kind of like,
you're gonna see.
I'll see it when it comes out.
Well, I'm hoping that will be really fun to play. Something we saw also was rad counters. It's like radiation, and then the junk cards, which look like that's gonna be fun to have token type, like a treasure clue token thing. So you'll have junk in there too.
And you know what? Sometimes I think these things are like the opposite. Like I'll maybe play this game in Magic and then get inspired to play the Fallout games.
Yeah, I did tell you that they have one based in New Jersey. I heard the game is bad. It's Fallout 76, but I did like 4 a lot. For anybody who's listening, that game I spent so much time on just to be disappointed with the ending because I spent so much time playing that. But there's a character in it that I'm hoping we get, which is Nick Valentine. He is a detective, again, going on the detective train from the last set, so I'm hoping for that. And we had some theories from our patrons. This one is from Ephemeral Eel, and they said they're hoping for a Liberty Prime card. I had showed this to you. It's like a cool, like mechanical creature thing, like just like a robot-y gross thing. And so they're hoping for something like that, which I believe would be accessible to this set. I think there's a lot of really cool post-apocalyptic things that they can make really nice for this.
They can make it and they can sell it, they will do it.
That is true. I do think that it is at least somewhat in the realm of Magic because you have that like post-apocalyptic nature to it.
I like apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic. That is how we're saying that today. The next set that is coming out this year, which is definitely my most hyped set this year, is Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Woo!
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. This set, we don't have a release date yet. I believe it's in Q2. So probably like April.
Probably April-ish.
April, May, since the Fallout set comes out in March. There is a lot of speculation on who is in the actual like promo image for this. A lot of people think that it's like Rakdos or Omnixilus, Tiny Bones, Jace, Oko. There's some theories that one of the characters that they don't know who it is yet is one that's going to be from Murs of Karlov Manor. So that's a possibility. We also have what's assumed to be Vraska in the picture too. So a lot of people follow the Magic lore stuff. I'm not that great at it. I'm trying to do that more this year. I don't know everything.
There's just a lot.
Yeah.
I need like one of those like deep dive YouTube essays on all of the Magic lore. I tried looking for some. I couldn't really find any that were good. Like, I don't want like deep, like 1 hour into each lore. I just want like a speed run of Magic lore.
I would like a speed run. I would like a mini series that's like very
like a nice hour long. Here's what happened. Here's where we are now. This is what's going on for all the people who haven't paid attention for the last 30 years. Would love that. If you think you can make that, please make it.
It would be good to consume because there's a lot of stuff that happens. Like I watched the one video they did on Murders at Karloff Manor, and it was kind of like they told you like the mystery aspect and like they were explaining cards with it. So I thought that was really nice and it made sense for the storyline because I opened these cards and I was like, that's fun. I don't know what that means. And so I think that was done really well, and I'll continue to watch those kinds of videos. But
yeah, it's like people were like, oh, I can't believe they put Gideon on the Hot Pockets, and I'm like, why? Who cares? Like, he's dead. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I don't know.
It's a special.
Holy moly, pepperoni. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like I don't pay attention, so to me it didn't bother me. But now I'm like, okay, maybe this does matter a little bit.
Yeah, I think like he's kind of a key character for Planeswalkers, so it would make sense if he was on there. But I understand why people would be like, he's dead. I don't know. How many Planeswalkers do they have that they could put on Hot Pockets that are notable? It's like when you think of Planeswalkers besides Gideon, it's like
Teferi, Liliana,
Chandra, Nissa. It's
Nissa.
like yeah.
Nessa.
Maybe Jace. Jace is another one.
Jace.
Like, so I guess for Gideon, that's what they have for white. The color card Magic White, to be clear.
White boy. Gideon.
Yes. But back to Thunder Junction. Cowboys, cowgirls.
America.
Everybody. Yes, I'm so excited for this. Something I'm hoping for this set is I want a tumbleweed card. I keep saying this to you.
I need to like suck on a mint so I feel like I'm chewing hay.
Is that's your cowboy aesthetic that you're going for?
I'm a farmer rolling in Thunder Junction. I like Thunder Junction because I'm the alternative. So I'm excited for this set. You know, I can't wait to go to pre-release in cowboy boots.
I literally bought the alternative outfit.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. And I have my little handkerchief. I like my country music. So I'm excited for this. There's so much cool shit that they could do with a Western set. I think old like spaghetti Western stuff would be really fun. I think they'll do some spaghetti Western
This is a thing people have been asking for a while. And I think that it's going to be done really well. There's so much humor that they could put into this. Like I said, the tumbleweed. You give me a tumbleweed card or effect, I'd be thrilled.
What's the movie with Will Smith?
Wild Wild West, it's called?
Yeah.
It's literally that? Yeah.
Yeah, literally that. What if they do something like that?
Oh, I have an idea for, first off, yes, I love that. They could do like a secret rare attachment to it or like a rare card of Will Smith. I would love that. My other hopes for that would be something like a Westworld reference, because besides the TV show from HBO Max, I believe it was a movie as well. So there's a lot of references they could do with that. Like if they give me like a cool robot in a Western thing, I'll be thrilled. I know that this set's going to be coming out and I have some plans. I want to do kind of like a pre-release party with our friends, and everybody has to show up in like their Western best and just like play the game. You
gotta yodel.
Yeah, you could do that. Are you going to do it?
Of course.
It's not being done.
I can do it.
She's saving it.
I'm saving it.
She's saving it for our set review. But yeah, so a good reference to like Westworld or Wild Wild West or something like that would be really fun for this set. I think this is the set where you can do it because it's very silly and like a great concept for that. We had a theory from our patron, Frenchy Frenchman.
Fancy Frenchman.
Fancy Frenchman. I'm so sorry. Outlaws of Thunder Junction will have battles because it'll be old Western duels. I think the battles could return in this set. I think that's actually really.
I would love a card called like 10 Paces Due East.
Just a wah wah wah.
Yeah.
Wah.
Yeah. Draw.
Yeah. Things like that.
That should be like the mechanic.
Draw. It's probably that. I don't know if you ever played Bang. It's a dice roller like party. I use it as a party game, but it's you play as different outlaws, and it's a very silly version with like some dice stuff. So I can also see there being like a cool like plane chase effect with this. Not that we need plane chase because I feel like we just had something with that recently, but I feel like you could make that work really well in like a Western set too. That's my theories and my hopes for this set. I think it's gonna be really fun for pre-release. I think it'll be fun to go with your friends and get dressed up. I know we're gonna be doing it for Scry Babies when the pre-cons come out. I'm hoping there's 4, and if not, we'll just have to build some Western stuff for that.
There'll be 4.
I think there'll be 4. I think it's gonna be a big set. The next set of the year is Modern Horizons 3, which I feel like you're probably stoked for.
I am really stoked for Modern Horizons 3. I think Modern Horizons 2, a lot of people say it broke Modern. I don't know. I didn't play Modern before Modern Horizons 2, so I don't give a shit. Not really. I give a shit. I just liked all the cards because they're all new to me, and I had no idea what Modern was like before Modern Horizons 2. But current state of Modern right now, I think is very interesting. I don't think there's really like a best deck right now. Everyone says it's still scam, but I don't know. I'm hoping to see some cool stuff come out in MH3. I know some really cool people who worked on this set and put their whole bussy into it. I know it's going to be packed with cool cards. Can't wait to see what they do. Can't wait to see like the new mechanics that are going to go into MH3. I'm hoping that they still have Evoke cards because, yeah, they're broken, but they're sick.
I think they're cool. I would love another set of Evoke cards into something different. They can make them less busted if they want to, but I think Evoke is a really cool type of card.
It's a cool mechanic. I like seeing all these cool, powerful cards. And also, like, the value is great. Like, opening an MH2 box, I always, like, either net what the box costs. Not that I'm flipping it, but, like, you open up product, you're hoping that you get what you pay for with it. And MH2 is always, like, filled with goodies.
Yeah. I feel like I had, like, the best luck with box breaks. I had like a stream where I did a Magic anniversary for me, and I like popped open a box and I had so many just Evoke cards, Murktides, freaking just like all of the shocks, like, or not shocks, the shocks? Fetches. Words are hard today. All the fetches in there, and I thought it was just a really great set to play with people as well. I can understand why people would say it was broken or like format shifting a little bit, but I think that they probably pay attention to that set when building this one a lot and how it influenced things. So I'm excited to see what comes out of it. I realized that the art on there is a bunch of Eldrazi, and we were told that the set would restate fan favorite characters. So we'll see more Eldrazi's in there, and we'll be getting double face cards and Planeswalkers too. I believe they said there's only going to be like one Planeswalker per set this year. But
something like that.
The way they worded that, I'm wondering if there's going to be more in Modern Horizons.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? Do you have any theories besides the idea of more Evoke cards?
I don't really have any theories aside from I think they're going to try to do something cool with like they had the 5 elementals with the Evoke. I think you're going to try to do something cool again in each color that has like the same but different. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that they have another cool card that's similar to like I love Ragavan. I do. I'm a Ragavan enjoyer. So I think it'd be cool to have another creature that's just like I don't want it to be super busted, but just another cool like thing that just is cracked.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool crack cards.
We had our patron Snapcaster V say that MH3 is going to give us 5 new free spells, so I think that's kind of in the aspect of what we think this set's going to have too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the idea of like something for each color that is really fun, and something like a Ragavan could be really great too. Our next set that is releasing in July is Assassin's Creed. This is another Universes Beyond game. Assassin's Creed has 13 main games. I tried playing a bit of 4, which is their pirate one, to get an understanding before the set releases, and I didn't realize that it was basically like a simulation. So it's a game within a game. It's like very interesting. I was not expecting that. I don't know if they're all like that, but this one was. And it has a really cool concept and mechanics. Like I think there's going to be maybe some cool rogue cards, the pirate cards and things like that. But I don't know why they're choosing this IP now. I looked at the games and I was like, something hasn't released in 15 years. Dramatic.
Maybe something cool is coming that we don't know.
Well, I didn't realize a game released last year. So it wasn't as popular, I think, maybe. Or maybe it wasn't. I'm just under a rock. I am pretty active in playing video games in general on consoles, so I don't know why I didn't
hear about it at all.
But I'm thinking maybe because we got the Fallout release before the show comes out, maybe there's going to be like a cool
Assassin's Creed show?
Yeah, something like that would be cool. I think that would also draw people into it.
Now on Amazon Prime.
It could be Amazon Prime. I would believe that. But yeah, I think we'll get some cool Assassin's cards, obviously. Maybe some cool rogue type cards. I feel like there's going to be like a busted card in there. I didn't mention this for Modern Horizons earlier, but I know that Modern Horizons also has a big impact on CDH as well, outside of like the 60 card formats. So I know there's some great cards there. I feel like there will probably be like a busted card in here. That'll be like a good
Assassin's Creed? Yeah.
I feel like there'll be something. I feel like it'll be like ninjutsu, but not as broken.
That'd be cool.
Like some kind of effect like that, like the assassin comes out. I don't know. That is my hopes for it. I know that, again, this is not your cup of tea either, so we're really just kind of like dipping our toes into Assassin's Creed, and I'm hoping it's a fun set. I'm hoping it's something fun to play. I do believe this will be similar, where it's like here's some precons and then collector's boosters is what I think is going to happen. I'm not positive.
Yeah, I'm going to probably be honest with you. I'm going to open this box and it's going to be like when you get a Christmas gift that you didn't really want, But you have to pretend. Yeah, thanks. Oh my god, Assassin's Creed. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I bet you there's going to be some busted cards for like standard or something. And you're going to be like, I'm playing Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I'm
now.
going to be like, I got to go get a box of Assassin's Creed for this 2-drop common that I need.
I don't know. Maybe this set will surprise us. I think even like
If
last
it's standard
year.
legal, who knows?
Well, yeah, there could be good things for that. I think last year there was like sets that I didn't think would be my favorite, and then they were. I wasn't like, I knew Lost Caverns of Ixalan would be good, but I didn't know it would be that good, right? And there was also like other sets that I thought would be my favorite, and they weren't. So I'm thinking maybe this will surprise us. Yeah. Maybe it won't be, we won't know what the hell's going on, but maybe it'll surprise us with being a good set for the year. Our next set that is coming out, I think we're both really excited for, is Bloomborough.
I can't wait for Bloomborough.
So this is going to be in Q4. This is the closest thing to Redwall I think we're getting, and a lot of people are comparing it to that, which is like a cute little mousy and woodland critter storybook, and just fantastic. Bloomborough is set in the plane of Bloomborough. It is a world of anthropomorphic, my brain cannot process words today. Animorphs, they're here, which would be a great secret lair, by the way. All those little babies, no humans in it. It's full of squirrels and frogs and rats and rabbits.
I want to live there.
And it's showing that even the smallest creatures can have a big impact. So this set is going to be just about all the little guys, which is something I think we both love in Magic. We love a little guy doing something fun. They're the main focus of the set. And from what it looks like in the picture, there's like a big bad creature. So I'm excited to see what they're doing. It gives me kind of like a Ferngully feel too. Like
yeah, I'm getting like the Don Bluth vibe.
Yeah, very
like,
Don Bluth. Yeah,
all the cats versus the
mice kind of thing. Yeah, I got that vibe from it too. There isn't much info about this set yet, but I do have this anticipated to be like one of my favorite sets of the year. So I'm hoping it does
can't wait for it. And I know it's going to be great. I know that the art direction team is probably going to kill it.
Yeah.
There's going to be a bunch of cute little babies.
There's going to be a bunch of cute babies.
And it's going to be perfect.
Yes. I'm hoping for some really cool like Kindred themed decks with this set. I wonder what they're going to do. I know, like I mentioned, I have my Tatsunari deck that has some frogs in it. So I'm hoping for some cool new frogs that I could do.
I want more mice.
More mice. I definitely want more rice and rats and squirrels. I will take it all. So I'm really excited to see what they do for story stuff for this. I know we mentioned earlier we're not great with all the stories and following in Magic, but this is something I feel like I'd be tuned into.
Yeah, all of the planeswalkers died, and now it's all about the mice.
It's just like a little rat with like a Liliana headdress on.
Yeah.
And they're all wearing each other. Yeah,
that's what happened in Assassin's Creed.
It's the same thing.
The assassin came, wiped out all the planeswalkers.
If this happens, we had no idea. Just come back to this in a few months and see how right we were. It's a good concept, and I really like that. We have another patron theory, which is also, again, from Fancy Frenchman. I said it correct this time.
Frenchman.
Bloomborough will expand upon the rat typle and will also make a red-white mice deck. See the Battle Mouse from Eldraine for evidence. So I definitely think that could be possible. I'm here for more rats and mice doing the damn thing, and I can see the colors kind of switching on those as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that would be really fun. Did you have any other theories or things you're excited for?
I'm wondering if maybe some of the stuff from Eldraine will like seep into this, because we did have a lot of like woodland critters and like a lot of fairy tale stuff that was like classic fairy tale lore, but like a lot of classic fairy tale lore has animals in it, like the gilded goose, the goose mother, you know, like I'm wondering if this will go through some of the creatures we saw in Eldraine.
Well, especially because they're like getting back to normal on all these planes, so I wouldn't be surprised if something like that seeped in.
Yeah. There was magic down there, you know, something must have happened.
The next set of the year, which is also in Q4, is Duskmourn. So this set is releasing again in Q4. We're not sure when, but for all fans of all things horror, this set is definitely for you. It is a top-down designed modern horror set based on the haunted house trope. So it's entirely set in one house. This whole set is very 70s and 80s themed, I've heard, from what I've read online. So I think that's going to be a really fun concept for this. I think we have, you know, been very lucky with our horror sets lately. I think they've been really good, but this looks like a very like grotesque good horror. The pictures for it look really fun. And it seems like something to me that like is different because we're used to such big worlds for Magic. So to convert everything down to one specific like haunted house, I'm excited to see what they do with
I'm
this.
stoked on that. Yeah. I think it'll be really cool to just have them take place in one big house.
I think we'll get more curses out of this set, and maybe some like weird body horror type of cards. That's like too much for people, but something that like works
like
for that.
the early Magic sets.
Yeah, I have a Lind deck, the one that is like it's the Curses theme one, so I'm hoping for more cards for that. And one of our patrons, Seth, said that they believe this set will be very Stranger Things-esque.
Stranger Things?
Yeah, because it's very like 70s, 80s themed, which I think could be really fun. We got, obviously, in the Mirza Karlov Manor, there was like a Meddling Youths card that was a reference to Scooby. So even though we've had the Secret Lair drop before for this set, I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't like a reference, maybe like Kids on Bikes or something like that to reference it in there too.
Maybe it'll be like it. Also, when they go in that big ass haunted house.
I could see them doing some classic horror relation stuff in this, or like maybe
some Stephen King
stuff. I'm thinking maybe like either a Secret Lair that pairs with it, or like where they have the special guest cards, maybe something that looks like those type of classic horror things would be really nice. As far as other sets, we don't know what else is coming out this year. I believe we're going to get a Jumpstart. We get a Jumpstart every year. I know that we both love Jumpstart.
We do.
And I'm really stoked that it is not going to be set specific anymore. So not like a Jumpstart for Outlaw Thunder Junction. Instead, we will have like a specific set I'm hoping for. And other than that, that's kind of everything for 2024. I believe my like most anticipated is Outlaws of Thunder Junction and Bloomborough. What about you?
The same.
Yep. Probably Modern Horizons as well.
Modern Horizons 3, I'm excited for, but as like a lore set and all that cool stuff, like set wise, I guess you could say, it's probably going to be Bloomborough over Thunder Junction just by a little bit. Yeah. Just because it's going to be cute.
I think it'll be really cute.
And I like cute.
I also just like the idea of, I think my gamer tag on PlayStation is literally fuzzy bunnies, because I think it's funny when like I'll, knock someone out in a game as fuzzy bunnies. So I like the idea of having a bunch of cute critters that are just going to like overwhelming stampede the board.
Yeah.
That is what I want for us. It's very cute.
Fuzzy bunnies.
That's, yeah. I'm so creative. You're welcome. Everybody can go follow me and hang out with me on PlayStation. So all this information got revealed at Gen Con last year. And so I'm hoping this year there will be another panel talking about 2025 and 2026, because I do have some information about 2025. We mentioned earlier that there was some information. We do know that we are getting Marvel and Final Fantasy.
We do know about Final Fantasy already. I think that's going to be really cool. Final Fantasy is one of my favorite IPs. I love the Final Fantasy games. There's so many cool characters.
Are you being sarcastic?
No.
No, you actually like them?
I love Final Fantasy.
I don't know. You didn't say anything about that. I know that you like, what's the one with the bus? But I
play like the older ones. The one with the what?
The bus.
The bus?
Yeah, in the sky.
Fortnite?
Yeah.
The battle bus?
See, like, I know you like Fortnite. That is the extent of
I mean, I like Fortnite, but that's like, everybody loves Fortnite. But no, I love Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy IX is like my favorite. I haven't played like the newer ones, but mostly because I'm a broke bitch and I just never had a PS5 or an Xbox, like a new Xbox, until actually literally Christmas this year. So no, maybe I could play all those newer games, but no, I do love Final Fantasy. I love all the characters. There's so many cool worlds, characters, weapons, just beasts, the gods that they summon.
Do you think there will be like
X is like my fave too?
Do you think there will be like a Sephiroth's sword?
Yeah, they're definitely going to make Sephiroth probably like a cool... I'm hoping that they make something like Planeswalkers for some of these. Like Sephiroth would be really cool. A really cool like T-Disc. I love him.
I was just being cursed with the sword Aerith thing, but I appreciate that you made that reference as well. I would also this will never happen. Actually, maybe not never. Maybe never.
What, Kingdom Hearts?
Yes, I would love.
It can't. It's owned by Disney.
I know, but we're getting Marvel.
The mouse is never going to let that go.
So there's like different pieces of Marvel for like comics versus cinematic universe, but I'm just like, it would be really cool, because imagine all the swords as like keyblades or something really fun.
It would be really cool.
It would be so cool.
It would be very sick.
I'm manifesting this for myself. It might not happen next year, but maybe one day it will. So here's what we have for the year. So first is Innistrad Remastered. So we're getting another remastered set. As I said, we're getting one what looks like every year, and I think that's a really great thing for new players. I don't think we needed Innistrad right now, honestly, because there's so much Innistrad like other sets that we've gotten recently that I could have done with a different set, and I would have been thrilled about it. But you know what? I'm here for it.
You know what? That's an old fave for a lot of Magic players. So I think that's probably why they're going to remaster it too. Like Steve always talks about like Innistrad, like PT Innistrad was, or I think it was an Innistrad Open or something that like, I think Manguchi won. And he said that was like his favorite set that brought him back into playing Magic again. So I think this is a big fan favorite, the Innistrad.
I'm a spooky girl. I'm here for it. I really like it. It would be really cool if like in any of these spooky sets, maybe we can get like, I don't know, an Edgar Markov again, so he's not $150, right? Like I like this idea of like things coming back for sets in horror throughout the year. I'm really stoked because we have what's supposed to be a horror set for Murders Karloff Manor, and then Duskmorn, and then this. So we're getting a lot of really great horror things. A lot of
spooky stuff.
Yeah, and I really like that. So yeah, we'll be getting that early next year, which is very exciting.
Great.
And then the rest of these have code names on them. So we'll go through them. They're named after sports things. So it's like tennis, volleyball, wrestling, but yes. So tennis is a multiplanar death race. So I will show you the concept art for this. It is a death race that spans 3 different planes. That is all that we really know. It hasn't said which planes will be involved. He said 2 of the planes have already been featured in premiere sets, but have yet to have a return set, while the 3rd is a plane we've never seen on cars before. So it looks like it's going to be all like vehicle and like, yeah. It's cool looking.
Oh my god, that's perfect. I'm building a vehicle deck right now.
Yeah, if you're listening on a Spotify or Apple, we will post pictures on our YouTube, so go check that out. But I think you're talking about making a vehicle deck.
I am. I'm making Kotori, the pilot prodigy. Mm-hmm. It's a blue-white deck. I'm building it because Modify Alters actually texted me about wanting to do an altar of Dale Earnhardt Jr. And I was like, who commissioned that? And he was like, nobody. I just want to paint this. And I was like, cool, I'm commissioning it right now. And I'm going to make a vehicles deck, and I'm going to call it Daytona 100 and put all the vehicles in there, and then slowly but surely alter them into classic NASCARs.
I will do Tokyo Drift in response, and I will get Vin Diesel, and I will have somebody be Vin Diesel from that, and we'll just have a whole and
you wear a
Ricky
cap.
Bobby. Also,
yes, yeah.
yeah, that's what I'll give us. But I like this because it looks very like Tron-esque, very future-esque, very like vehicle heavy, and like there's a bunch of good vehicles. I was actually looking at the Commander you were talking about the other day, and there's some cool stuff, but I feel like it could definitely use more, and so having a set for that would be really nice, especially because like I thought Transformers would have more when they released that, and there's really not a lot. So I think this will be a really cool set to come out. The next set we have is Ultimate. So Ultimate is a return to Tarkir. Am I saying that right? Tarkir. We're Western again.
Yeah, we live in Wisconsin.
So apparently this is the design team taking the best of both worlds approach to the set. So they're bringing the awesome things about Kanza Tarkir, oh my gosh, words are hard, and the amazing things that the Dragon set from that also brought. So we're blending them together to make a world that you haven't seen before, is what Mark Rosewater is saying. The concept art for this looks really cool.
I like it.
It's very, I
love dragons.
Yeah, and nobody's gonna complain about dragons. I believe a lot of people like this plane. I feel like we're underselling this because we're so new to Magic. We've been playing Magic for 3 years, right? It's not that new to us, but we weren't around for these sets. So when they're returning to them, we're like, that sounds great. And meanwhile, my partner Ian's like screaming, like, I can't wait for them to go back to the sets. It'd be so good. I'm like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
So I think we will enjoy it as it's a fresh new take as well. The next set will be Final Fantasy, as mentioned. It will be a tentpole booster release, so it's similar to Lord of the Rings. So I believe we will have a main set for that. And it's also set to feature each main Final Fantasy game from the original Final Fantasy 15, 16?
16, I think.
Amount of them? Yeah. So whatever it is, we'll get a bunch of OG sets from Final Fantasy,
yes,
which I think will be really cool.
Very cool.
I think it leads for. I'm really interested what they will do for commanders because there's so many options for it.
Maybe they'll do one for they'll pick 4 really good games to make commander decks.
I would really like if the other alt cards that they do could maybe be what's the name, Promptos Pictures. I think that'd be really cute as a way to do something unique for the set as a different art card. There's so many weapons. There's so many cool characters. I think this is going to be a really great set, and I also think there are so many fans of Final Fantasy or Final Fantasy adjacent things that will be pulled into Magic because of this. So that's really cool. The next set to come out in 2025 is Volleyball, which I am stoked for because this looks like a general space opera type of set. So this set will continue to expand upon the sci-fi themes and settings that have been explored in past sets like Kamigawa and Infinity. When Kamigawa and Neon Dynasty came out, they really pushed the boundaries with what we could do with science fiction, says Mark Rosewater. Oh my God, Mark Rosewater, I'm so sorry. I'm butchering your name today. But I'm stoked about this because it looks like cool alien sci-fi stuff. I think Kamigawa and Neon Dynasty was one of the best recent sets as far as
God, Kamigawa was
art.
so good.
Oh my God, everything was great. This looks really fun.
Tentacles.
It is tentacles. It gives me a very like Mass Effect feel. It gives me a very just like I'm big into like saga and space opera and like Star Wars kind of stuff anyways.
It's giving Megamind.
It is, you know, this jellyfish one is kind of giving Megamind. I do see it. I think it will be really cute though. It also reminds me of there is like some D&D stuff also set very like Space Jumper.
Space.
Yes. So I think that'll be a really cool set. I think it's something that people will enjoy. Again, I love space operas, so this is something I'm excited for. There is another set that's called Wrestling. And Lornwyn is the set they're returning to, the planes that they're returning to, so people are very excited for that. There is not really information on this. That is the extent of what we have, but I know a lot of people were very excited when they heard about it. Mm-hmm. And then they need a couple sets for next year. They have one called Yachting, which is a kind of return to Strixhaven, which is another popular set I think we've seen since coming out, I guess, or for us playing Magic.
Yeah, that was like a newer set when we started playing
that people really liked
and people were stoked on.
Yeah, so we'll get a return to that, and then Ziplining is another set, which will be similar to War of the Spark or March of the Machine. So capstone event that is a big giant finale to the storyline. So they gave us a lot of like little previews, not any pictures for 2026, but we do know, like, again, that Marvel is one of them. I don't know where Marvel fits in with the timeline of this. I do know that there is a lot of different directions. I think it's people have a lot of opinions, I think, on Magic doing so many different directions and not just being like, here are wizards with spellbooks doing a thing. I like that though. I like that they expand on
the game
stuff.
is always changing,
yes,
and evolving.
Yeah, I like that.
Something.
I like that it's just a lot of creativity and we're not stuck on one specific subject. We get to kind of experience it all. So we're getting cowboys this year. We're getting cute little mice. We're getting a big spooky haunted house. And I think that's a really fun way to, I feel like it must be fun for people who write and design these cards too. Like,
yeah,
it's really expansive and fun.
I agree.
So all those sound really good to me. I'm stoked about it. Something I wanted to mention about Marvel is there's a bunch of theories on what the card for that will be, because we had the 1/1 ring in Lord of the Rings. That was like kind of the Willy Wonka moment. That was a big moment. People really think there will be another one like that for Marvel because Marvel is just the biggest thing ever.
Oh yeah, like probably like a comic book or something.
Yeah, probably like
something
a
like sweet, like maybe they'll do like a One Piece has these really cool chase cards called like the manga treatment, and they'll take like a card in each set with a character on it and give it like all the cool manga panels.
Yeah,
like on the background.
I think we are getting
with
some
Marvel. They'll do like a.
I think we are getting some like comic panel-esque things and like comic book style too. But I think more of like the 1/1 card people think is going to be like a Thanos Infinity Gauntlet, or like I want it to be like Exodia, like you assemble all of them together and then you get the gauntlet or something. But I think there's like a couple theories around what that could actually be. So if you're listening to today's episode and you have theories for any of the sets that we mentioned, we would love to hear from you what you think is going to happen with all these sets and what kind of cool cards you would like to see from them.
Is this the end?
That's just my words, yeah.
Okay, she to be like,
well, yeah, I don't know. And if you listen to today's episode and you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please go ahead and leave us a review. We are going to be doing episodes every other week, so you can look out for the Murders of Karlov set review in 2 weeks. And we're doing things on YouTube, so we have new episodes out on every Friday now. And we are also just really trying to do the podcast thing. So if you have suggestions for things you'd like to see on the channel, you can let us know on YouTube in our description.
Let us know in the comments, or you could yell at us on Twitter, or you can come in our, Discord and tell us, hey, we want to hear this. Or you could write us a strongly worded letter and send it to our P.O. box on what you want to hear and what you want to listen to.
There's many options for that.
And we're open to it. We'll talk about anything.
Yeah,
we can talk for days.
We're really trying to do like a big set review for all the major sets. So you'll get one for Outlaws of Thunder Junction, Bloomburrow, etc. And we also want to make sure that we're doing kind of like a fun subject. So like one serious set review a month or interesting Magic topic, and then one that is just us being chaotic and silly.
Yeah.
That's what we do best.
Yeah, so you can listen to us on the go, on the floor while you're sorting your bulk, while you're sleeving a deck.
You can.
Double sleeving a deck takes hours.
It does take hours. And this podcast is less than that. So
it's less than an hour. You could just pop it in and go.
Anything you want to plug before we pop up?
The best ways to support this show is to check out our Patreon. We have tiers as low as $1. We also have some awesome benefits and rewards in there, like Discord access. We have deck building nights, game nights. We have a token club, a sticker club, where we ship out monthly tokens and stickers that most of the time I design. Pretty cool. You can help support a starving artist and a starving Scrybabies group. Not really
We
starving.
have a lot of pets.
I have a lot of pets that are a lot of,
We have a lot of
very,
pets.
very hungry pets.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the best way to support the show. We also have some really cool merch on our merch store. You can see the link in our YouTube channel or on our Twitter bio as well. Our little link tree in there. Yeah, but thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And we hope to have you stick around. And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.